We really want to be here to help people. And I mean that with everything that I am, because we didn't have anybody helping us. And so I know what it's like to just feel lost. And just, being Muslim, I'm like, I had my du'as. I got to have conversations. I got to ask Allah for help. And then I got to really help myself to get up out my own way and the ways of others that are trying to make things better. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatima, Coach Fatima, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. In this video, I want to address something that is another pressing topic, and that is it okay for me to like my co-wife? Society would tell you no. Girl code would tell you absolutely not. And I'm not the kind of person that necessarily fits into societal norms. And that's fine with me. I never really have. And that's okay, because society doesn't dictate to me what makes me happy or who I'm allowed to or not allowed to be friends with. I really can't stand when someone says, well, what is she like? Instead of meeting her for yourself, And I always tell people, meet her for yourself. I don't like to tell her what my experience is of anyone, any she, because especially in the world of polygyny, where you and your co-wife are sharing a husband and you're not supposed to be sharing a man, we're supposed to be arch enemies. We're supposed to hate each other. We're supposed to fight each other. We're supposed to be jealous to this degree of not jealousy, which jealousy can be a very healthy thing, but envy can be extremely excruciatingly destructive. I mean, women have jealousies, men have jealousies, and usually that is, like my co-wife was saying, it's associated to the feeling that the other person has. You want that feeling that they have, not necessarily the thing that they possess. And that's an important point, because it is the feeling. You like, I want that feeling of closeness, togetherness, and newness and romance, like the new romance. Who says you can't have it? You have whatever you want to in your marriage if you all are willing to do the work. Now, but with co-wives, it's like all the co's, codependent, collateral damage. There's so many different co's and, to share, but there's co-ops, they associate that with good sharing, but co-wife, no. And you're not supposed to like each other. So I always tell people that I meet that are new to us, that are new to OPR, and they ask me, what is it like having a co-wife, or what is your co-wife like? Like, what is her ulterior motive? And I tell them, get to know her. I can tell you what she's like for me as a co-wife. I can tell you in general terms who she's like as a person, but I don't, first of all, the people that ask me, I ask myself, honey, I don't know if she'll like you. And it takes a lot for her not to like somebody. A lot. She's not willing to just take anything off anybody, no. But she's very giving, understanding, caring. She understands to be understood, like she always says. You don't just try to understand someone for you, but just for them too. Like, understand a different perspective. So she's very open-minded to people, but not their drama that might come with them, So she's the captain of our own ship, the queen of our own castle. It's different. We have a sisterhood, we have a bond, we're in the same family. So our love and respect and kindness toward one another runs very deep, because we're invested in some of the same beautiful things. We have taken out some of the same precious investments in the people that we love. So I always tell them, get to know her. But for me, I can tell you my experience of her as being very giving, very open, very willing to listen, help in any way she can. She's a summer July baby, and there are helpers oftentimes. She's overcome a lot. She's achieved so much. She's smart as hell. I'll tell anybody that, honey, don't come for her, honey. I wouldn't want her to have to get you together. Now, for all her kindness, for all her goodness, for all her generosity, did it start that way? No. Because sometimes co-wives just don't like each other for the mere fact that the other one exists on planet Earth and that they're married to the same man. And some have very valid reason not to like one another, and they should not be in the same room together because it's just toxic. Or one is and one isn't, or they both are, or they want to fight each other, kill each other, and it's a thing. I'm not by no means making a joke of that. It's serious. It is no joke. There's prisons overseas. There's jails housing women that have harmed one another, maybe even killed one another, because they're in a situation where it's not just about sharing a man. It's about being successful in it and it not becoming a dangerous, unhealthy, violent, vile environment, and I can't say I will never lie to you all and be like, oh, it's, with the right mindset, it'll be fine. It takes a lot in addition to that to be in a family, to be married to a husband, first and foremost, and be married into a family that has been practicing monogamy, and then you begin to practice polygyny. It's no joke. It's not the end of the world though, but it can get real. And people do put hands on each other. I did a video about co-wives and violence. My co-wife and I have never put hands on each other, thought to put hands on each other, call each other out of each other's names. We have not had no shouting matches. We've had hard conversations though. We've had our hard conversations. We went there. I asked questions. She asked me questions. I embrace it because that's where we're going to get the clarity that we need. And no one could tell Coach Nyla's story better than Coach Nyla. So, why ask those people about her? That's the beauty of it. I get it right from her mouth. I don't get it from a third party source. So, and she does the same with me. She got something to ask me, she asks. She want to talk to me, she talks to me. And even when we weren't there yet, she even gave me the most awesome text. She was like, before my nerves get the best of me, I like to meet up or kind of get to know each other. And I'm like, it was such a great icebreaker. And I pretty much told her she didn't have to be nervous. I could see why she would be. I get it. Like, it's a lot to unpack. Like, I totally get it. I am I'm a feeler. I'm an ENFP. Your girl understands when it's hard for someone else to tell their truth. I really hate when someone else is uncomfortable around me. Some people ask for it and deserve every piece of it. That's fine because they signed up for the class and I was the professor. Now, for the people that don't bring that energy, because you have to bring me that energy to receive that energy back, I typically don't say anything and I act like they were never born. Because to me, when they want to act a fool, then I'm going to act like you invisible like one. So that's just how I am. Now, I learned that society didn't want me to like my co-wife. I learned that a lot of people were like, "Oh, you like her?" Yes, I absolutely do. Why? Oh, no, I was just... Yeah, I know you was just asking. You can just have every right to have several seats. You got every right to go somewhere and sit down, boo-boo. Because don't do that with me and my co-wife, because we did a lot of work for a lot of years to get to where we are, and I'll be a monkey's uncle before somebody comes up in my face and tries to destroy that. She's the same way about me. Like, you will get nowhere with it in them comments, in the IG, in the chat, in the Facebookery, whatever. I don't care what it is. We really want to be here to help people. And I mean that with everything that I am, because we didn't have anybody helping us. And so I know what it's like to just feel lost. And just, being Muslim, I'm like, I had my du'as. I got to have conversations. I got to ask Allah for help. And then I got to really help myself to get up out my own way and the ways of others that are trying to make things better. And that wasn't me at first. I'm like, look, he got another wife. That's cute. Keep that over there. And it just, man, and I'm telling you, my healing could have went a little faster because I was like, well, that's for him. That's not for me. Polygyny's for him. That's what it was in my head. And he said something to me, and it wasn't nothing horrible at all. I just took it the way he didn't intend me to take it, And it wasn't about destroying my family. It was just about, being more and like adding to my family. And I had a sister that was in polygyny tell me that. And she was an elder in our community, and older women used to be young women. So they get it. And she said, Fatima, this is not a removal of, an erasing of. This is not trying to reinvent the wheel. This is not marrying her to get another Fatima or a better one. It's none of that. She says it's just an addition to your family without destroying me. She said, because that's impossible, right? Because it started here. And even if it didn't start here, even if I was a subsequent wife, shout out to them and much love and respect, because they get dragged just like everybody else. And it's not easy for them. My co-wife, she's got so many videos here on YouTube. That sister doing the work and telling the tales. Like, she knows, and she's got stories, and she's got best practices for best results. And she trains on this stuff. She's done her research. She's still doing her work and research, Ooh, work and research, hello? Yes. She's a woman for the job because she's invested her time and effort and done so much. So we both have, but I know how the women that are subsequent wives have gotten dragged into things. So I'm by no means diminishing her position, her role in this family, our family. Shout out to Coach Nyla. For those of you that don't know who she is, she's got tons of videos on here. And she's awesome. She just is, y'all. And I wouldn't be on here saying she was awesome if I thought she wasn't awesome. And the friends of mine that watch our videos, they see the growth. And my friend was like, oh, girl, shout out to y'all growth. I love it. I love to see it. I love to see what you guys are doing with your family. It's so awesome. And she's so cute because she was like, I got to talk to Fatima. This was years ago, and find out, do we like her, Coach Nyla? And she was like, do we like her? I said, we like her. I said, but I want you to get to know her yourself. No, I'll just check and make sure we like her. I was like, yes, absolutely. We not only like her, we love her very much. So, and she knows that. Coach Nyla knows all my mess and my stories and stuff. She pretty much does. Now, but she's given that perspective that the subsequent wives can go through so much, and they're not talked about enough, I think, in society, in the polyverse. We're going to figure out if the polyverse is Marvel or DC. But in the polyverse, we're going to see if, what it's all about. We want to talk and have these hard conversations. And people like in my co-wife, it really, at the end of the day, they don't have to. We're not here to shove anybody down we're not here to shove ourselves down anyone's throat. We're grown. You do what you need to do, right? We don't have to do anything we're telling you to do. But if you wanted to look a certain way and feel a certain way and become more successful, we're just giving you, a shorter distance to travel than we did, than we had, and we experienced. That's what it's about. So that's why everybody's voice here at OPR on this channel, on our platforms matters, because there's always someone that can resonate or learn from, because we've learned from so many mentors and so many great speakers and read so many books and invested in so many seminars so that you don't have to. We always tell you guys that we've been pretty transparent here. It's not always easy, but you know, the short answer to, is it okay if we like our co-wives? Yeah, you can like her. You can love her. She can be your sister, you know, in this deen especially, and in this life especially. You don't have to know. I've said that many times. My co-wife and I have said that many times. You don't have to. No, it's not required of you. Absolutely not. It might not be good in your case to get too close, because you might have someone that might be having an ulterior motive. Some sisters have spoken about that, especially in clubhouses and different rooms on there. And they've opened my eyes up to a lot of what's going on that can be really, really ugly. So, but I'm just saying, from my perspective, from the perspective of some sisters I've seen that are married to the same husband, we've all had outings together. It was awesome. And we didn't make our outings or our conversations about our husbands, you know. We just kept it cute. We kept it fly. We kept it moving, right? In happiness and kindness. Now, just so you know, if you guys are not following us on our socials, why not? So follow us on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and on YouTube and Facebook at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And I am the initial wife of Coach Nadir, just for clarity, because like I said, a lot of people mix me and my co-wife up, and that's okay. Like I always say, that if I'm going to be mixed up with anybody, I want it to be her. Because she's a rare, special, awesome person. And she knows that. I've told her that. So yeah, I want to leave you guys with some GLC. I hope you got some gems from this video. And me and my glasses are going to go now. Let me know, or let the OPR team as a collective know what you guys want to see, or what you guys want us to address here on YouTube and on Facebook. We love to hear from you all. Thank you for your love and support. I'm speaking for all three of us when I say that we all appreciate you so much. Thank you for understanding. And if you're new, keep coming back. We'll have something for everyone here, prayerfully, in the future, inshallah. Now, with a little GLC, make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'm Coach Fatima. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
One is by following us on our social medias. Follow us on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and on Facebook and YouTube at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Number 2, make sure you head over to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and subscribe to the email list. From there, you will get downloads as well as updates, any and all updates. And you also get an update on the release of our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Number 3, if you are serious about polygyny relationships and really developing fulfillment and happiness, make sure you register for our Relationship Mastery Inner Circle, which is members only, which includes downloads. It includes access to us live on a weekly basis. So that's at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/RM. We'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.